Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Nova Scotia Hardcore Metal Detecting. So I want to make this video because I wanted to talk about, I recently got the AT Max and I was an AT Pro user, so I want to talk about what came to the decision, first of all, to go to AT Max from the AT Pro, and how I like it so far. So, so first of all, I did a lot of research on the AT Max before I made the transition. My biggest worry was I've used my AT Max now, this one, or my AT Pro, sorry, for probably, I'm going to say 3 years, maybe a little bit more, I can't remember. But I've had this machine like running all the time pretty much from spring until fall. It's been everywhere, every kind of conditions. You know, out in the rain, pouring rain, heavy winds, underwater, you name it. And I've not broken one single piece, because nothing has broke on this machine in 3 years. And I mean, when it says all-terrain, it really means all-terrain. It's been in the car, it's been in cold temperatures. I've been out detecting and have the detector covered in frost, and you'll see that in one of my videos coming up. While I was out, it was so cold that the whole machine was covered in frost after a few hours. Anyway, I can't say enough about how much I love my AT Pro. The more hours I spent on it, the more I knew the machine and the better I was with it. I found so much, as you can see in these cases behind me, cases over here, all these coins, everything all came basically from the AT Pro. I had an Ace 250 when I first started, and I love that machine. I found lots with that as well. And I also had a MineLab 600, which I really like too. It was great for saltwater conditions. And it was an easy machine to use and was light, and it's a good machine as well. The reason why I didn't upgrade to the Equinox 800, there's reason for that. And there's not much difference between the 600 and the 800, but that's another story. Anyhow, so first of all, I bought, so I got the AT, here's my AT Pro, and I bought the Z-Link wireless system for it, and I got the headphones, and the Z-Link system works excellent. So if anybody's looking to get that for their machine, I highly recommend it. I know some people in the past, maybe I've heard had problems, but I've never had a problem and it's been really good. So that's just a big bonus, the Z-Link wireless. So the difference, so let's get into the reasons for why I got the Max. So here's the Max. So the first reason is I researched all the coils off my AT Pro that I've invested money in over the time. Like this Nell coil here, this is a Nell Tornado. It's like 300 bucks. It works perfectly on the AT Max, as well as a sniper coil I have. So buying the AT Max, knowing I can use all my coils, is a bonus. So now what I've done is I've got my AT Max with the big coil on it, and then now I have my AT Pro with the small 5x8, I think it is, 5x8 or 5x9 coil on there. So it's easy, if I get some trash, I just grab this and go, and I just set this aside. I don't have to change any coils or anything, so it just works out perfect that way. So you have the, and then so you have this ready to go at all times and this ready, so you don't have to do that fooling around changing coils. The other thing is, so I bought this coil, I bought the sniper coil, so now that leaves me with two spare coils, double D coils. This one came with the AT Pro obviously, and this one came with the Max. So now I have 4 coils total that I can still use and aren't just going to waste. Also, I have wireless headphones for both, but the standard headphones that came with my Garrett, I forget the name of them, what are they? Just as Garrett metal detectors, they work on both. Also, I've purchased the amphibious headphones, so if I go underwater, those both work on both machines. So, it's a no-brainer. I'm getting to use all the stuff from my AT Pro and AT Max, and I'm not losing any money. So, to me, it was a no-brainer to go to the AT Max. So then, I watched a couple shows, a couple reviews and stuff, and people just got them, and they're like, I can't use it. I've heard a couple people say I can't use it, it's too jumpy, da da da. Well, first of all, let's talk about the features, the difference. So the AT Max and the AT Pro both have iron discrimination. So the difference between the Pro and the Max is added 4 more bars of iron discrimination. So what that means is from 0 to 44 on your meter, so it goes from 0 to 100, 0 being iron, or like down the lower is your iron, and as you go up is your better metals. So you have 4 more bars of iron discrimination, which is excellent because instead of 0 to 40, I run my discrimination full, wide open. I don't want to dig any iron if I can help it. No iron at all, unless I was looking for something specific. Don't want any iron. So having 4 more bars to cancel out more iron is great for me. So that's one difference between the AT Pro and that. Also, this has a backlight, which this one doesn't. I do a lot of night hunting, so at times I'll be out at night, lots of times. So that light is just gold for me compared to the Pro. And the other feature is this has a true all metal mode. And it took me a few times to figure out actually what I would use that all metal mode for, because like I said, I don't like digging iron. And when you put in all metal mode, you just get everything, like nails, you name it, you get that. So yeah, in a field where you're searching for coins and you don't want to dig a lot of iron, all metal mode is probably not the mode for you. But here's where I find that you'd probably use it. If you were looking for relics like musk or cannonballs, rifle spade or bayonets, that kind of stuff, all metal will be helpful. But the real advantage of it is when you're on the beach, and because on the beach when you're in saltwater beaches, there's not a lot of iron, not very many nails usually. So if you're in all metal mode, you're going to pick up anything metal, and the all metal mode also gives you extra depth compared to just the Pro Zero mode. So if you're using on the beach, you're going to get a lot more depth with it. So that would be one other reason for the all metal mode. Now I haven't completely researched the whole all metal mode thing yet to quite fully understand it, but those were 2 things I thought that I would use it for. Also, I've tried to buy, like, if I hear a target and it's kind of faint, I'll hit the all metal mode, and it really rings it in there, and I can really hear that target and pinpoint it a lot easier. I find it's great for if you really want to make sure that's something worth digging. I mean, I know you don't know if it's iron or not, but at least you can get a good pinpoint on it so you know where to dig your hole. Yeah, so anyway, that's all I know right now about the all metal mode, and I'll as I get a little bit more used to it, I'll give you an update on it. So there's all kinds of different features on this compared to the Pro. Obviously has the built-in Z-Link for the headphones. It also has automatic ground balance, or you can manually set it, which is great if you're going to be in salt water, because you might not be able to get that ground balance down as low as you like it by pumping it, so you can just drop it down manually to like 10. Usually that's where you set it, around that area, 10 to 20 maybe, depending. Also threshold, another great thing to have, if you can turn that up just so you can hear those little small details if you want. So lots of different things compared to the Pro, but not too much. But there are things that I like about it. Like I said, my favorite is the extra 4 bars on the iron discrimination and the backlight. The other thing I notice is it has more power, and I don't know, I can't put into words what I mean by that, but I'll try to give you the best I can give you on it. So if I'm hitting a target with the AT Pro, I can hear it, and say it's a medium deep target, say it's a dime, 6 inches down, 8 inches down, I can hear it. It's not blowing my ears off, but I can hear it. But it seems with the AT Max at that same depth, when I hear that target, if it was a dime at say 6 to 8 inches, it's louder and it's more easier to hear. Like, it's not as faint, I guess is the word. So the AT Max definitely, I think, has more power. I haven't done any depth tests with it, but to me, from just using it, the short little time I've used it, it really does seem to make signals. You can just really draw them in. Once you slow it down and get over that, it really just makes it really clear to hear. I also like the grip too. I like the nice rubber grip as opposed to the sponge grip, because the sponge one gets all dirty and mucked up. But anyway, not a big deal. Not a big thing, but it is very comfortable too. So I've used it out probably, I don't know, a few times now. My very first signal, and you'll see his videos coming up later, I got gold right off the bat, a gold pendant, and then silver not too far after that. So, and then I've used it, like I said, a couple of days. I've gotten silver, I've gotten copper, so that was, so I'm not missing anything. I went over a couple spots. Actually, this is where it was interesting. I went over a couple spots that I did, and I did really well with the AT Pro just a few days beforehand. And I found a couple of small pennies that were kind of like, when I pulled them on the plug, they were on their sides and they were hard to hear. Maybe I didn't hit them with the max, or at the Pro with the right, or maybe I walked by them. I'm not sure, but I'm usually pretty good. I've checked my fields, I've other people check them after I do it. I don't miss too much, so I don't know. Maybe it's just coincidence, but like I said, I do think the AT Max might have gave me an edge because of its clarity and power to draw those signals in. As far as using it, I'm an AT Pro user over the AT Max. If you use an AT Pro, you will have no problem using AT Max. There's no difference. There was, this iron noise, this and that. Yeah, if you're on all metal mode, but as far as basic, even just how the sound and everything's a little bit different, but once you get used to it, it's identical to the AT Pro. Especially the way I set it up, the settings and everything. I can tell everything the same way as I could with the AT Pro, so I don't have to learn a whole machine all over again, which is great because it's a learning curve to learn a machine. The more you know your machine, the better you will be with finding things. So anyway, that's all I have to really say about them. Haven't got too much more to say about them, I guess. Like I said, I love this Garrett AT Max, and I would highly recommend, if anybody's thinking about making the change from AT Pro to AT Max, definitely do it. You will not be disappointed, especially if you used your AT Pro for a while. So that's all from tonight's little review, and you can see some videos that are coming out shortly. The reason why I haven't had any videos out right away is because this year I got some new camera gear, I got a new 4K camera, and my laptop couldn't keep up with it. So I finally got my new laptop today, so this is the first video I wanted to make about the AT Max and getting it. I've been waiting so long to get it, and now I finally got it and used it a few times. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope anybody's watching. If it's useful to somebody, hopefully it is. So like and subscribe, and more videos to come. So have a great day.